By the middle of 2026, the explosive global expansion of automated reasoning crashed directly into the physical limits of planet Earth. The industry shifted toward agentic AI, models like Vera Rubin that reason, plan, and require a relentless stream of continuous compute power. This demand is vacuuming up the world's available high-bandwidth memory and raw silicon. This chart shows the resulting market distortion. Kioxia, a memory chip manufacturer, surged 3,500% in value to overtake automotive giant Toyota in market capitalization. The greatest threat to the AI industry is no longer software intelligence. It is a lack of terrestrial power, land, and silicon to run it. Amidst this hardware crisis, SpaceX launched the largest IPO in history, debuting at a market value of $2 trillion. SpaceX reached that valuation by operating as a top-tier AI infrastructure provider, securing billion-dollar cloud contracts with companies like Google and Anthropic. CFO Brett Johnson describes the logic behind this as a synergistic ecosystem, a loop connecting 5 core business segments, from rockets to silicon foundries. SpaceX engineered this insulated economic loop to bypass Earth's supply chain bottlenecks entirely. Node 1 is Starship. Its 100-ton payload capacity and rapid reusability cut the cost of reaching orbit by a factor of 10. Node 2 is Starlink. Those cheap launch costs allow SpaceX to rapidly deploy massive V3 satellites. Starlink taps into a $1.6 trillion telecom market, generating the debt-free cash required to fund the company's AI research. Node 3 uses that capital for orbital computing, converting standard satellites into server racks in space. Outside the atmosphere, these servers harvest 5 times more energy by operating in uninterrupted sunlight. They also utilize passive radiative cooling in the vacuum of space, removing the need for terrestrial water cooling systems. By combining heavy-lift Starship launches with a global telecom cache engine, SpaceX generates the capital to solve AI's power constraints off-planet. On the ground, Node 4 validates the business model. Massive terrestrial data centers like Colossus host enterprise clients and train models today, but this infrastructure still relies on external, geopolitically vulnerable chip foundries for its silicon. Node 5, Terrafab, addresses this. It is a joint venture with Tesla and Intel to manufacture proprietary silicon in-house. Terrafab completes the loop, feeding sovereign chips directly into Starship's navigation and Starlink's orbital servers. This total supply chain sovereignty insulates SpaceX from the terrestrial hardware wars. While the rest of the tech industry fights local municipalities for power grid access, SpaceX is building its own infrastructure off-planet. Elon Musk's super voting control allows this capital-intensive vision to operate without the friction of traditional shareholder demands. Controlling the massive underlying physical infrastructure of rockets and servers creates an impenetrable defensive barrier that software alone simply cannot replicate. They own the silicon, the data center, the power source, the internet connection, and the rocket that launches it all. The winner of the AI era will be the organization that built a self-sustaining technostate to keep its intelligence thinking.